If only the bugs that flew into Ali Larder's gaping maw had death visions. I'm Justin.
Jackie's final destination is the toilet. I'm Sam.
Don't worry, if you're not dead yet, I'll push a chair on you. I'm Jackie, and this is Final Destination 1 on Stinker Madness.
Hello and welcome to Stinker Madness. It's a podcast about bad movies for bad movie lovers by bad movie lovers. I'm your host, Justin. And with me are always Sam and Jackie. This week on the show, it's a long stretch for the hose hound up here, who's not paying attention and is talking on her phone. So I just called her a hose hound and she didn't even believe. Anyways.
I don't know
Jackie,
what that means.
You don't know what a hose hound is?
No, I've never heard that before. And so I'm just kind of ignoring you like, okay, he's just making up shit again. Like, that's not a real thing.
What are you, 5? A hose hound. Think about it.
I'm thinking about our dog that chases the hose.
What do hounds do, Jackie?
Well, he bites at the water when you spray him in the face.
No, not corgis. Hounds. What do hounds do?
They hunt rabbits.
They hunt for things. What's a thing that a hose hound might hunt for?
Sounds like they're going to a hardware store.
A penis, Jackie. They like penises.
Look at the fun bags on that hose hound. That's Dumb and Dumber.
I don't remember that.
Oh, wow.
Okay. All right. Anyways, so the hose hound here is going to be going on a Final Destination run of 6, possibly 7. I think the new one is the 7th. Do you have facts on that? Sam?
7.
Okay. All right. So get used to Final Destination because I love all these. They're so stupid. I love them. They're great. But this is the first one currently streaming on HBO, and it's probably the least stupid of all of them.
Really?
It's really stupid. It's super.
Because I've only seen this one.
Okay, man, buckle up because you're in for some dumb. You're in for a lot of dumb in the next 6 Jackie picks because, dude, they get way dumber. Like each one, it's almost like the Fast series, but not like none of them ever make you feel good inside about things. Like you don't care about any of the characters. You're seriously just here for like, how's that person gonna die? And yeah. once you have a person who dies in a dumb manner, you've only got one place to go. You can't have somebody die of like meningitis. Like that's not going to be fun for the popcorn eaters. So you got to go dumber. Each one gets dumber and dumber and dumber and dumber. Speaking of dumber and dumber. So man, I can't wait for you, Sam. I can't wait.
I don't know if I'm going to make it. I'll be honest with you. I'm not a fan.
Oh man, wait till you get to the logging scene. Jesus Christ.
The logging one was great.
It's great. It's great.
Okay. I'll take I'm hoping for the best.
Yeah, I think this one's the weakest in the catalog. But anyways,
we always do
Sam.
like we always talk about like it's very common on this podcast whenever we see something derivative of this film series. Well, that's just Final Destination. Mm-hmm. Because there's a lot of things that are derivative of this yes. But it's not like this is really super influential. It does have a thing. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But because of this and because of where it's at and its time and place, then it get made. It cost $23 million. And I think there was major budget overruns because they made a lot of mistakes in this movie. Yes, apparently, like the second unit had all sorts of problems getting shit done in a relatively decent amount of time. The scene where he wakes up and has his vision of the plane exploding and is like, oh, don't do it. He was method acting, apparently, because he was supposed to fall asleep. So he really fell asleep. They didn't start shooting for like 4 hours. So he was actually in real life. Devon Sawa was asleep in the plane chair for like 4 hours. And he like woke up. He's like, all right, we're ready to go. It's good. I had a little bit of power nap. And they're like, you were out for 4 hours and you are so fucking glad.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh my god. And it's not like this is like heavy sets or anything. There's really only the 2 locations. There's the airport and then the town. I mean, it's just mostly just town shots, front yards, inside people's houses, the woods. They're not traveling to fucking Europe to shoot this movie. It's all probably Canada, right?
Vancouver, yeah, I'll get to that because it's Glenn Morgan and James Wong that made it, who were X-Files guys.
That's horribly
Someone had
inefficient.
told me that one of the guys in this was from Capitol High School, and that doesn't make any sense. These are all Vancouver people with the exception of Ali Larter and Sean William Scott, which are the percentage that you can bring into a Vancouver production and have it still be a tax situation. Because you've got Ali Larter is like 1 year off of... The year before this was Varsity Blues, and Sean William Scott the year before this was American Pie. So they're the Hollywood injection into this movie. Apparently, I heard it was Tobey Maguire and Kirsten Dunst were both shopped for this, and they're like, I think we'd rather do Spider-Man. And I'm like, really good fucking choice, by the way.
Now that all that's done, I'm just going to go ahead and put an asterisk in, and I'll be the asterisk guy, the footnote guy. Capitol High School is a high school in Boise, Idaho, where Sam is from.
Oh, yeah. Supposedly someone had told me that one of these peoples is a local from here, but it's not. They seem like they're all Canadians. Yeah, other than Ali Larter, Sean William Scott, and Tony Todd.
I don't think the people
and then some other guys like Daniel Roebuck. I'm not sure if he's American or Canadian, but you've seen him a million times. The FBI guys, there's character actors sprinkled in here as necessary, right?
Okay.
So horror films in the 21st century, that's where this is the front end of 21st. This is 2000. This is the 21st century hit horror film of the summer. But it doesn't owe itself anything. It owes everything to the film. Only one film and one film alone deserves credit for modernizing and revitalizing the entire genre. It is a masterclass in production efficiency as well as on-screen storytelling efficiency.
Jason X.
Oh, yeah, that's it. That's the one.
Mime in space. Ma. Efficiency.
The Saw. I'm going to guess The Saw.
Yeah, no, even at 111-minute running time, which I was surprised to find that Scream, is of course the film I'm talking about, has a 111-minute run time because it flies right by. Mm-hmm. Everything owes, like, I know what you did last summer. You saw Scream and decided to make a bunch of cash. That's what happened in 97. And then at this point, it's more than an urban legend. Ha! That Scream is such a heavily influential movie. Everyone that's made mega bucks hopefully got to thank him when he was still alive for like keeping this shit going. And it was like the second time because he fucking did it in 84 with Nightmare, right?
Right. Yeah.
Which is also a masterclass in efficiency. It's like when he did Scream though, because he actually did the next 4 Screams. It was like, I think there was a small part of him that was like, I'm not going to let everybody fuck this one up this time around. So in the 2000s, you got this. You've got Jeepers Creepers, which is not influential at all. That's just The Hills Have a Hitcher.
Yep.
The Ring, which I think Ringu, the Japanese version, because the American version of The Ring doesn't have anything that the Japanese version doesn't have except cash
Naomi
making it
Watts.
look a little bit. Naomi Watts. It's
Watts.
Prettier.
Right.
A lot prettier. That's it. But it's doing the same. And I think that there are outlying influences that The Ring specifically has. Visually and sound and things like that it kind of has its own copycat, The Grudge, which is the summer after.
Correct.
Cabin Fever tried to have some fun, but ultimately the genre was like, no, that's too dumb. You have to just make it dumb. Can't have any fun. No fun for you.
It's too dumb. You just have to make it dumb.
You just have to make it dumb. Saw,
Pancakes.
which I'll talk about in a minute. And then Paranormal Activity. But Paranormal Activity isn't really its own thing. It's just Blair Witch in a subdivision.
Yeah, it's a shaky camera. That's
it's
totally
just Blair Witch.
Different. That's going all cheap. That's
so you've got Scream. And then
I remember seeing. Okay, I remember.
You're like
seeing,
a lawnmower that can't get started. I remember. Just say it.
Okay, so I want to talk about the Blair Witch for just a second because
again,
I remember Yeah, everybody said how awesome it was, and I went and saw it. I was so fucking bored. Hated that movie. Still hate it. I don't acknowledge that movie as a movie. That was just some butthole cash grab.
Welcome to episode 639, where out of 639 podcasts, Jackie complains every episode about the Blair Witch. Every single time. That's what this podcast
sucks pretty
is.
bad, but it costs like $100,000 or something.
Move on.
Throw him a fucking bone, Jackie.
Yeah, just let it, enough
fuckers.
bitching about the Blair Witch. We've heard it. We get it. You don't like it. Fine.
Yeah. So
the Blair Witch is a hose hound.
What?
The Blair Witch is a hose hound.
She's on a weekend hose hunt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A witch hunt for hoses.
The monster's like, I'm going to eat you. And she starts blowing him. He's like, never mind. I like this more. Oh, God. Where was it?
Hey, this is nice.
So, yeah,
Monster
Scream.
talks like that.
Scream modernizes horror films. And I actually think there's another horror film that happens pre-2010, which is where I'm going to declare the genre to go back into the wastelands that it was in before Scream. Drag Me to Hell by Sam Raimi is like the
Fucking A, man.
refinement of everything that Scream did from a filmmaking standpoint, modernizing it, because they're not both slashers, one's supernatural. And I think it's funny because every time you talk about how influential Scream is, we're like, well, that's a slasher. And I'm like, well, due to its fucking complete efficiency, it's got modularity. Just unplug slasher, plug in another word, you got yourself a whole new fucking great horror movie if you don't fuck the rest of it up. Mm-hmm. Right? But anyway, Drag Me to Hell is like the peak of this run. You've got Scream, then Drag Me to Hell, and then all of a sudden, you're going to end up with Insidious, which only cost $1.5 million and returned $100 million, followed by The Purge that cost $3 million and returned $90 million. And so now we're in Blumhouse hell. That's the state of things that we're in. Of course,
other than Jordan Peele. Don't forget about
Jordan
him.
Peele. I'll get to him in a second.
Okay, all right.
So that's where my question will be in a second here. But and also Krasinski does the classic thing whenever horror is at its shittiest. What you'll do is you'll have somebody drag sci-fi through the mud for horror's sake, which A Quiet Place is just that.
Dragging it through the mud. A Quiet Place is good. Well, the new one's not supposed to be very good, but the first two were really good, Sam.
Well, they are fear, but at the same time, it's dragging science fiction into horror for the sake of horror.
Totally, I get that. Yes, you're right, but not dragging it through the mud. Those are
and
good
it's good, right? Aliens, fucking best horror movie of the decade.
Best horror movie of the decade.
And thank you, Steven Spielberg, for making a horror movie with just a fucking shark for once.
Yeah, just a big rubbery fucking floppy thing.
Fucking shark.
Yeah, you call it a shark. Bruce takes offense to that, Sam. Bruce is no shark. It's a piece of shit. And that movie fucking rules.
Yeah. So Wes has been dead for 10 years now. So who the fuck is going to bring us out of this? Is it going to be Jordan Peele?
Probably not.
Somebody's got to do it. Wes is dead. He can't do it again.
He cannot do it. Could be James Gunn doesn't have any interest in that. No.
Other people
Spielberg's too old.
There's other people that make a horror movie just to do it and be like, you can make these good, watch. And then they're like, okay, I made a good one. I'm out.
Yeah. Right.
I'm out.
Yeah. Yeah. They Kubrick it.
Yeah.
Did that. I'm going to go make a historical movie that's 4 hours long instead of another horror movie.
Sure. Barry Lyndon's great. I don't care that you can't stay awake.
It's very long. Very long.
Very long. So what influence does this have, though? And I'll tell you specifically that it is The How. This movie is the first one, and it's odd because it doesn't really understand that it's doing it yet. I think 3 is probably when it fully realizes what its contributions to the genre are. Probably, even though I haven't seen it. But you don't really care. It's not if the dickhead dies or when you're just concerned with how. And I think there's a lot of people that go to movies, myself included. The only reason I watch these is to see how dumb or outlandish the death is going to be. This is the only reason I'm here. And this is what it brings. So like probably 99, 98, something like that. Jeff Reddick, who and I'm thinking he has to know James Wong and Glenn Morgan. There's no other way for this to work out. I'm watching this, and when I watch this, I'm like, I think this would be a much better episode of The X-Files than it would be a movie.
Totally. Yeah, that's a good call. That is a damn good call. But
well, apparently Jeff Reddick wrote a spec script for The X-Files that was this.
Okay.
And somebody was like, hey, you should sell that as a movie instead. And he's like, why would I do that? This is specifically X-Files material. Mm-hmm. And they're like, because Scream hit so fucking hard that they'll turn anything into a horror movie. He's like, sure, I like cash. So they did.
Payola.
But that's when James Wong and Glenn Morgan come in as the co-writers to rewrite the script for Screen, bring it up to their standards. Those are the X-Files guys, right? Those are the two guys. There's like 5 guys that are X-Files. Chris Carter, those 2, and 2 other guys that are there the whole time. Like, if this guy wrote a spec script for X-Files and X-Files guys end up doing the movie, he had to know them already, right?
I would think.
That would have to be a thing, right?
And
so anyway,
didn't get rid of the FBI angle to it at all. It just is very much X-Files episode.
It's a very X-Files episode. So James Wong specifically says the most interesting thing about this is all of a sudden the service of death is the villain. There is no real villain. It's just this service of death that you can't get away from.
Right.
And then you're not entirely focused on which characters will die or when they die. It's how they die, mm-hmm. and if they can avoid it and how long they can avoid it. And that's the key that this brings. And when he says it like that, I think he doesn't realize the tiger that he's holding on to the tail of is that people are here to see how they go because they know they're going to go. And that's what this does, which then makes this Saw's biggest influence because Saw is also about the how. Correct, it's the Rube Goldberg of death, basically. Yeah. But without this, you wouldn't have the Saws because you're there in Saw to see them, how it's going to happen. Mm-hmm. And I think there's a lot of other films that are heavily derivative of this because you're just there to watch the dickheads die. You don't care. Some movies, it seems like now are leaning into like, there is, when I'm watching this, I'm like, I'm supposed to care about Ali Larter. I'm supposed to care about Devon Sawa. Right. I don't.
Do not.
But I'm supposed to, right?
Yeah, I can't. Though.
Films that are more derivative of this and that tiger of which tail it had are like, I'm going to make you hate this person so you're rooting for him to die and you're hoping for it to get more ridiculous as it goes. I don't know if there's a film that does that all the way, but I would like there to be. I would like that. Anyway. So Wong and Carter also did Space Above and Beyond, which is loved by some, I guess. But that explains why Kristen Cloak is in it, who plays the French teacher that survives, because that's Glenn Morgan's wife.
Interesting.
Yes. Tony Todd shows up because
Tony Todd.
Because why not, right?
Because
he shows up in 3 and he shows up in 1, 2, 3, and 5.
Okay. Interesting.
So, or maybe 6. 2 of the middle ones don't have him in it.
I don't know what he was doing at that point in time that he couldn't show up for Final
Destination. Or maybe movies have forgotten entirely what they're trying to do in the middle of the run. I don't know. Yeah, but yeah. As I already said, Ali Larter, Devon Sawa is still in stuff. I don't see him in there. Like, I looked up all these guys that are nobody. They still do stuff. The guy that's Carter, who's a dick, he's in shit. Todd's in shit, whatever. Amanda Detmer's in all sorts of shit. She's not good enough to have her own Wikipedia picture, but she is consistently in shit. But yeah, that's the story of this, is that it should have been an episode of The X-Files, but because Scream was so fucking good, it's a movie.
It's a movie, because we're talking a massively successful franchise.
Yes.
Like Fast and Furious, like that's a shit ton of movies for just one thing. I mean, you could say the Avengers The Marvel MCU is the biggest franchise of all time, but those aren't really interconnected movies, and not that this is. But they're its own thing. The Fast franchise and Final Destination franchises are 1 through 9 through 20. I mean, it is extremely successful. Outside of James Bond, I can't think of another franchise that's got that many movies.
I named all the other horror franchises that have sprung up since Scream that weren't Scream.
Freddy doesn't have.
They all pale in comparison.
Final Destination numbers. Jason doesn't have Final Destination numbers. You goddamn better be sure that Mike Myers doesn't have fucking Final Destination numbers. Final Destination is a big fucking deal. So like it or don't like it, it's a big fucking deal. And I'm glad Jackie chose it.
Did you know why that I didn't mention The Conjuring as one of the franchises?
Oh, yeah.
Why?
Because it's just fucking Amityville.
God damn
It's just a fucking reboot of Amityville.
Shots fired.
I thought you weren't going to bring it up because of the...
Because it sucks.
Stupid shitty it is.
Well, yeah, it sucks. But then also, you didn't bring up that doll one either. But the creepy doll...
Annabelle's part of that.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Annabelle's part of the Conjuring. Yeah, she's right.
Yeah, it's part of the Amityville bullshit.
Yeah. All right. All right. Well, or should we get into this? Because if we do, I'm gonna do this in the way that we normally don't do it. It's like a plan B. We've done this several times with these types of movies. Every single person on the planet has fucking seen Final Destination, and if they haven't, they at least know the fucking hook. So we don't need to go into spoil the shit out of this one, guys. There's no fucking point not.
I do have a fun fact. So I'm watching this shit.
Spoiler.
And I'm like, yeah, planes don't just fucking blow up like this. In 1996, a plane with a class traveling to France blew up in exactly this fashion. So they
just
didn't make
like
that part
this.
up.
Huh. I'll be
what?
damned.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fuel cell expanded, and then there was a chain reaction, and it blew up the whole plane. Happened in 96.
Was it American students heading to France?
Well, I could have looked that up, but I didn't. I just went, oh, that's weird. That did actually happen. That's enough for me.
Because you think that would have been, because I don't know anything about that. In America, and this is how it's always been. Two things I'm going to bring up, and this is the only time I'm going to talk about 9/11 on this episode, is Americans know their shit when it comes to air tragedies. Like, it's anytime one of them happens, you'll see the pundits going, oh, it just reminds me of the 1978 hijacking of Flight 162. We are buffs when it comes to American airline tragedies. Now, the fun thing is we know nothing about any of the world's airline tragedies other than MH370 and the Lockheed disaster. Was it 800, MH800, the Indonesia plane that was
the one that they may have found last week or whatever.
Right. And the Lockerbie.
They never find it. That's 800,
disaster.
I think.
No, Lockerbie's not 800. Lockerbie's a totally different disaster in Scotland. It was the fucking terrorists did that. But just general shit, like planes are getting shot down all the fucking time over Russia, right? And we barely even know anything about it because we are so ethnocentric towards American airline tragedies. Maybe that's just our idiom in general, is doesn't happen in America, doesn't happen anywhere. Now, the second thing I'll say about 9/11 in this movie is after watching this, I thought back how many times we have to preface episodes by saying, okay, now that's not how it works now, youngsters.
Yes.
But before 9/11, you could do all this shit. And I'm so fucking tired. Like, God damn it, 9/11. A, fuck you guys. But B, also, fuck, it's a pain in the ass to have to, disclaim every time. Well, yeah, I know anyone that's younger than 30, because now we're fucking old.
Yes.
Yeah, you can just fucking do all this shit. So that's all I'm going to say about 9/11.
And its next year is going to be 25 full years of the TSA without Vaseline, right?
Right. At least they're back to using the gloves. I like the gloves. Feel a little more hygienic with the strap-on gloves. They're using the whole fist though. Still, the whole fucking fist. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna like Jackie spoil away. Everybody knows the hook. Death is trying to get these guys. There's a pattern to death, and if you can see the pattern, then you can either stand there and take it in the face from death, or you can try to, I guess,
sidestep it for 10 minutes.
Yeah, and then death's like, well, I tried. I'll do something else.
Yeah, that's kind of the stupid thing about these movies is that the death just keeps coming for you. Like, it doesn't go, well, I guess that buys you. I mean, like,
now you're over there.
Shouldn't you get like some reward point years? I mean, like, even the grocery store gives you reward points, right? So like, let's say you have a transaction with the death, you escape, and you get an extra 3 years, and you know it's coming for you in 3 years. You're going to have to do this again, but no, you don't get anything if you sidestep death. You might as well just fucking die.
Well, let me put it this way:
your whole life being paranoid.
Yeah, that's true. You're gonna, the rest of your life. Yeah, I mean, you're gonna get there anyways. It doesn't make any sense. But also, if fucking Death from Bill and Ted's was in charge of this whole thing, it would be like, okay, you are over. I'll just walk over there and touch you.
Yeah,
you're right there. I'll still just touch you. Oh, you dodged that 7. One time. I'm done. You know.
Best of 7. Damn straight.
Damn straight. Yeah, this death is just a lazy fuck.
It's also fun that they're so afraid, because once you get like all mystical about it, I guess they're in high school and they probably think that life doesn't suck or whatever.
Right, sure.
But if like the second that like all this mystical shit happens and like, oh, death has a plan for you or whatever, I'm like, oh, so there's an afterlife, I'll just go there. That's fine.
Yeah. Right, whatever. Right. Yeah, no, I thought that's the exact same thing throughout the movie. Like, if all this is in motion, then you guys actually have proof of some spirituality, and maybe you should lean into it. But they're like,
lean into it.
But we're going to France, and I'm 17, and my dick is really fucking hard. So, no.
Is it, though? Because fucking Alex could really get a lot of action and doesn't, because he's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, he's a fucking idiot. But okay,
so
here we
go. Maybe they get fear penis.
I'm sorry.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Fear penis. Fear.
Penis.
Fear boners.
Yeah,
fear boners.
Okay.
And so they're like, I gotta stay alive forever. I gotta keep swiping death because fear boner.
Yeah. It's like a baby holding an apple. Big old chub. Okay. All right. Let's get into it. So it starts out with lightning flashes, a doll like face, and fan is whirling, and it's all foreshadowy. Like, the whole movie might as well just be called Foreshadow. Sure. But Alex, he's got his passport and a French Rick Steves book ready, and he's going to France. And oh no, he gets to the airport and the TSA says, I'm sorry, you can't bring that much foreshadowing onto a plane.
Before any of that happens, his mom's like, why do you still have that?
You don't like my foreshadow joke? Like, they turned him away. It's too much. Yeah. You can't pack that much foreshadow on the plane. You're going to have to check that foreshadowing. Okay, sorry. I thought it was funny. Go ahead about his mom.
If you're going to have that much foreshadowing, get in the line where they drop 10 pounds of foreskin on you. That's a thing that happens at the TSA now. Not the foreskin again, TSA. Stop it.
It's like Double Dare. You stand in a fucking chamber and foreskin just hits you. Oh, no. Now on Nickelodeon.
Yeah, because this is my first question, is that, like, his mom is like, yeah, get that tag off your bag, and he's like, oh, that's just for luck, so I don't, like, die in a plane explosion or whatever. Oh, okay, and then she tears it off. So does his mom just, like, kill him right here by doing that?
I've got it, too. I've got it, too. For not good luck. She killed him. Or not.
Why
Well, I
would
guess
you do that, Mom?
She didn't
Because she didn't really want him to come back. She was like, I hope you get lost in France. What? I said, I hope you have lots of ass in France.
Yeah.
There's
His
a place
dad
in
does
France where the ladies wear no pants. Maybe you should stay there.
Dad
And the naked ladies dance.
Dad comes
And
in.
there's a hole in the wall
Okay.
where the men could see it all.
Okay. Dad comes in and he literally does do that. And he does it like several times through the movie. He like looks at Alex and he's like, look, you're 17. I know what's going on with you right now. And you're heading to France. And I heard a rumor from a podcast lady, a hosehound on a podcast, that there's a place in France where the naked ladies dance. So I think that you should see if you, is that in your Rick Steves book? Did you, no? Okay. Yeah. Well, ask around when you get there, get off the plane. Je ne sais quoi, naked ladies dance, and see, there's probably a local that could point you to it. But go there and fuck all of them, son. Trust me on this one. You're going to want to fuck all those French ladies that are dancing naked before you graduate college. So do it now, and then tell me all about it. Like don't spare all the details because, the old ball and chain over here. I mean, Dad is like, get some, buddy.
Yep.
And then he circles back to it later. Okay, yeah, Mom kills him. The high schoolers get to the airport at night. That was the other thing that I like on this observation. Like, why is it night? What time are they flying out at?
Why is the whole movie shot like this?
Mm-hmm.
Everything's really dark. The later the interrogation room at the airport is super dark. Why?
Right.
Because you have to make it as much like Scream as possible.
There it is. Okay. Okay. Harry
the lighting in
Krishna's
Scream was better.
Death pamphlet, foreshadowing. His birthday is at the same time as his departure time. Oh no. What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
What the fuck is that?
Hey, that's an
on
omen.
the day that he was born, that was the day he was gonna die.
No, it's not, Jack. It's not his birthday. His birthday, I can't remember what she says, but say it's 6/27, June 27th.
Sure.
Hey, your departure time is at 6:27 a.m. Your departure time is the same as your birthday. It's not his birthday. She's just saying.
You just said it. Departure time
is at 6:27. That doesn't mean every day at 6:27 he has a birthday.
His birthday was on 6/27.
Uh-huh.
When he's departing from this world, it will be at 6/27.
But it's not his birthday.
It's his departure day.
I don't know if you knew or not.
Day.
I don't know if you've seen a clock, Jackie, but every day has a 6/27.
Well, what if it's 6/27/80 or whatever, right? 78. 6/27/78. That's what she's talking about.
Yeah, but there's no
either way, I'm
seconds.
Like, I'm either way. If I'm him, I'm like, thanks, Abby Algebra. Fuck off.
That's neat. That's cool. But the camera's neat. Like, whoo, it vertigos him and fucking stings all over. Oh, like, okay. I know the plane's going to explode. That's the problem, not his departure time. But I get what Jackie's saying. He's departing from this earth at 6/27. But it has nothing to do with his birthday. Yeah. I like that his buddy Todd is like, dude, let's go shit.
Now,
why?
would this be something that you two would have done in high school?
No, absolutely not. I mean, I would have probably
shits?
like try to shit so I don't have to shit in an airplane. I know enough about airplanes to know I don't want to shit in them, but not because there's hot chicks. So you can't poop at school either? Are you shit break? You got to run home? Bringing up Sean William Scott? You can't poop? It's fucking dumb.
Just poop before you go.
You want the only signs that hot chick is ever gonna know of you is your stinky butt smell air. Actually, if I go in there and take a shit and she comes up next and is like, wow, that smells like shit in there, I'm gonna say, yeah, it was like that when I found it too. Problem solved. I'm not
Or you
stupid.
just go beforehand because it's a 10 or 15 hour flight and you know they're serving beans and sloppy joes.
But you're going to have to shit again. A 10-hour flight? Yeah. You think you can go 10 hours without shitting? No,
you're going to poop on that plane.
Man. I got to poop on the plane. If I take a preemptive now, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to have to blame it on somebody else. I've told this story before. One time I wrecked the work bathroom and totally blamed it on somebody else, and my boss had to clean it up.
Yeah.
I'm a dick.
So did you shit on the flight to London?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, honey. I was so filled up with wine and Ambien, everything was fucking loose, lady.
Oh my God, I just went to sleep for 8 hours.
Yeah, I know, you can do that.
I just woke up as the plane hit the ground. I was like, oh, all right, we're here.
Yeah.
Shit, that's awesome.
747 was like a crop duster of your poo.
Yeah.
The hatch open, spraying shit out the whole time.
A little Boeing bomb. Okay. And while they're in the bathroom, they hear John Denver. That's the other thing we haven't brought up. John Denver is all over this fucking movie. Sam, take it.
John Denver's full of shit, man.
John Denver's full of shit, man. Jackie likes John Denver.
I do like John Denver, and I like this song.
Why is John Denver full of shit, Sam?
Because his name's John Duchendorf.
Yeah, okay. First, his name is John Duchendorf. He chose Denver because, oh, well, that makes sense. You know, Rocky Mountain High. Where's John Denver fucking from, Sam?
L.A. John Duchendorf is from L.A.
I thought he was from Phoenix. But either way, he's not from fucking Colorado. He's not from the Rockies. He's not from Western Virginia because that song's not about West Virginia. It's about Western Virginia. You could put the extra syllable in there so that nobody gets fucking confused, John Denver, but you're such a fucking shitty songwriter that you're like, West Virginia? It's Western Virginia, the state to the south, you dick. None of those landmarks exist in West Virginia that you're singing about, and you would know that if you'd ever been there, but you've never because you're fucking charlatan.
He's full of shit, man.
I fucking hate John Denver, and he is full of shit, man. Fucking hack. All right. Oh, he died in the plane crash. Yeah, guess what?
I'm so mad I'm going to go listen to Cat Stevens.
I love Cat Stevens.
I like Cat Stevens as well.
Good. You should listen to Cat Stevens over fucking John Denver or whatever his name is. Mohammed, well, I can't remember.
Yosef Muslim.
Yeah, Yusuf Muslim. There you go.
TSA got his son of a bitch and ass.
Yeah, no
kidding. Yep.
Yet Salman Rushdie's running all over the fucking United States. You think that Salman Rushdie would be like a target for ICE? Yeah, dude, Salman Rushdie's fucking madman, dude. I love Salman Rushdie, but you'd think that the Nazis would be chasing after him right now, but he's out on press tour. Anyways, John Denver, they're like, died in a plane crash. And I'm like, no fucking shit. So what does that mean? Oh my God, John Denver. Half the fucking songs that they're going to be playing on the music had musicians who died in plane crashes. It's a common thing. That's what they all do. They either OD or they die in plane crashes.
John Denver died in a plane crash?
Maybe the movie's full of shit, man, because they're talking about John Denver. Maybe everything John Denver related is full of shit, man. Check it out. I thought he died of, like, cancer.
I'll look it up.
Somebody look it up.
I thought it was a plane crash.
Plane crash.
Okay, yep. All right. Plane crash. All right. The movie gets this right. But either way, it's not like, whoa. Yeah, they were playing Skinner just a second ago. Whoa. Yeah, and before that, the Big Bopper. Whoa! Before that, Buddy Holly. Whoa! And before that, who else just... Oh, Aaliyah. They had an Aaliyah song. Oh! Like, come on.
I thought she just got too much of R. Kelly's doo-doo butter.
No. Boo. Bad, Sam. Naughty. Take it back.
I'm not going to.
Okay. They get on the plane. Alex has foreshadowing all over the place. He has foreshadowing before his actual foreshadowing. And they take off, and the crowd cheers. Yay! Woo! We're going to France. They sing a fucking song. They're all clapping. Yeah! Woo! And like 10 minutes later, turbulence. And it's like 10 minutes of turbulence. There's like gentle turbulence, and then some more turbulence, and they're like, oh, and then a breather from the turbulence, and like, whoo, man. And then some guy like tosses a drink in his face and says, yeah, I have a drinking problem. Like, there's all sorts of things fucking happening right now. And then more turbulence, and the turbulence is bad. And oh no, Sean William Scott lost his whoppers. Ah, crap. And then sparks start flying, and the plane just kind of opens up on one side, and like people are getting sucked out. Ah! And then they end up on an island, and there's like a smoke monster and stuff. They're fine though. And like things keep going and going and going, and then finally, I think someone explodes in blood.
He gets barbecued pretty good.
He gets barbecued, but that's when the plane actually blows up from the front to the back. Before that happens, blood sprays all over a wall out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Somebody
exploded.
Somebody exploded. Well, fuck it. Self-detonated.
I'm not dying in a plane crash. Pop.
It's those beans. And then the plane explodes, and Alex wakes up, and he's like, oh shit, the same things are happening. And he's like, I gotta get out of here. And then the jock guy's like, you're not going anywhere, Buster, and punches him because, hey, sit down.
He's not even a jock. He's just a dick.
Oh, he's just a dick. Whatever. He's the high school dick, but why the fuck does he care?
I don't know.
You can't get mad on this plane. I'm going to punch you.
Yes. His hatred of Alex makes zero sense throughout the entire film.
Makes no fucking sense. Well, now he's getting escorted out of the plane too by whatever there was before the TSA. Thanks 9/11. Damn it. I broke my own thing I said I was not going to do. And then Claire, Ali Larder, she's just like, gets up and leaves as well. Okay, bye. Oh, and Poop Kenny. The kid that was like all pooping.
Yeah, because his brother was like, you should go see if he's okay.
Okay.
So he leaves. And then Sean William Scott just gets off.
I don't know how
FBI... I think the FBI asked him later, like, so why did you get off? He's like, everybody was getting off, so I just got off. Is that not what I was supposed to do?
He's just out there for some reason. I was looking for my whoppers. I forgot to. It makes no sense. He's just suddenly in the airport and not on the plane. Oh, and the teachers, the lady teacher, she says,
both teachers
I'll stay
get
here.
off.
Yeah, I'll stay here with him. You go have a good time in France. So while Alex is explaining his vision, Carter is like, you're a douche. Fuck you, man. And then they get a fight again. And while they're fighting, Alex gets knocked to the ground and the plane explodes. But like, they're like, oh, there it goes, says Sean William Scott. And then immediately explodes. Like immediately. It explodes so close to the airport. It blows out the fucking airport windows, which it's not a fucking thing. It would if they were underwater, but come on, man. Air pressure's not that bad.
It would have to be a lot closer.
It would have to be a lot closer. But seriously, you can see it take off, and then within seconds it explodes. Whereas in his vision, it's like they've been in the air for a while before it explodes.
Sure.
Doesn't make any goddamn sense.
Well, you can see it this way.
Well, yeah. Or they can have the exploding windows effect, which is the worst. That's the shittiest part of this movie. It pisses me off every time. Okay, so the group gets put in an airport room, and the FBI comes in, and they're like, "Hey, how'd you know about the plane gonna explode? Did you know about Al Qaeda?" And he's like, "No, I just had a vision. Oh, a vision of 40 virgins." He's like, "No, seriously, dude. That stuff hasn't happened yet. So I just had a vision." And they're like, yeah, sure, buddy. Allah Akbar, right? He's like, what? And then the FBI's like, stop being so racist, Justin. And I'm like, no, dude, I'm just quoting, stuff that happened in 9/11. Oh, there it is. There's the Sam eye roll.
You lost me.
Okay. I'm just saying they're trying to pin it on him that he's the one that blew up the plane.
They're just being general interrogators. It's like they're running through the general interrogation playbook just to see if he decides to say anything like, you're right, it was me, I had a shoe bomb. And they're like, that's not going to happen for a while yet.
Yeah, we aren't there yet in history. Oh, I wrote a manifesto? Okay, all right, now we're getting somewhere.
Yeah.
But either way, so they're sus on him. And the parents come get him, except for Claire, because she doesn't have parents.
She says something later that I'm probably going to forget, so I'm going to mention it now. Where she's like, oh yeah, my dad was great, but then he like went to the cigarette store and he got shot instead of not coming back.
He didn't come back.
Married a D-bag.
Steve.
But then she doesn't say what happened to her mom after she married a D-bag or why she's not there.
I'm assuming that she's in Steve's T-top Trans Am right now, just like driving all over the place.
She gets like, she has a house and a cabin.
Yeah. Yeah.
And no parents, and she's in high school.
Right. And bitching, like, you should actually give Steve a chance, Claire. He's actually pretty cool.
She knows how to weld as well.
Yeah, she does. Who taught you that? Steve. Yeah, right? Because Trans Am stuff, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you'll know. You weld those fucking things back together.
Yeah. Okay. So Alex stays up watching TV, and he sees the news, and then he's like, oh, lightning storm. So he goes out and looks out the window, and lightning strikes his street. Ah!
Dun, dun, dun.
Is it
what
death?
What does it mean?
What does it mean? Is it
means
just a
the
horror
lightning
sting?
Struck his street.
Yeah, because he's not
Probably
next.
Won't strike there again.
Probably won't. Remember that song by the fucking band Live? You remember fucking Live?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Throwing Copper just had like its 30th anniversary. I saw like one random thing on Facebook about it. I was like, oh, why would you do that?
Why? Yeah. But man, this whole movie.
I have that fucking album.
That
oh,
sucks
boy.
for you. That sucks for you. Man. I wouldn't have admitted that if I were you. You just told the world that. But yeah, the whole time I'm watching this movie, I'm just like, lightning crashes. Because it's like hand in hand. Same time period, you know? This movie's live.
They called that alternative rock. And I guess the
man.
alternative was bullshit.
No.
Would you like an alternative to rock? Yes. Here's some bullshit. I'll take the rock.
I can feel it. Oh, God. It's awful.
Yeah. Wait, what is Rock's offering right now, Bon Jovi? Crap.
Okay, 39 days have now passed since the airline tragedy.
Yes.
Death has been fucking off.
Yeah.
What have you been up to, bud? Taking your sweet ass time getting to this. Like, oh shit, man, they fucked with my plan. I gotta go back to the fucking bulletin board, you know, the pish pins. I got strings all over the fucking place, and I'm like Charlie with the fucking crazy business on the wall.
We was already going someplace, so he's going to get him on the way back.
Oh, okay. All right. Death is, making a loop.
Yeah, he's making a loop.
Okay. It's so stupid. Is Death like Santa? Like, Death just be everywhere and nowhere at the same time? So why couldn't he just do both at the same time as Death, you know? 39 days, it seems excessive, Death.
Yeah.
Well,
Death comes for you. They're like, yeah, there you are, John. I'm like, my name's not John. Santa got it wrong in 87 too.
I'm just saying that maybe Death felt bad about how bad the mortician had to work because you can only do one body a day. It's a small operation. He's like, I got to give this guy a chance to catch up before I kill these other ding-dongs.
I know what happened.
What year was Meet Joe Black?
Oh, that's not how you tell a joke, Sam. What happened in those 39 days is he met Claire Fuller-80.
Yeah. He was on holiday.
Okay.
Gonna inherit Anthony Hopkins' business.
That was like 95, though, wasn't it?
It was in the 90s, yeah. It doesn't quite line up, but... Okay, FBI is still following him. They're having a memorial for the dead kids. Seems late, but I guess they did get a bullshit statue, so that probably took a little while. At least the fucking sculptor had a fucking excuse, death, to be 39 days. Carter's like, hey, prick, I'm not giving you any thanks for saving my life, because you know what? You didn't. You know why? Because I'm immortal. I'm never gonna die.
I'm gonna live forever. Like every rapper that gets shot ever.
What? I'm never gonna die. Okay. Rock on, bro.
Yeah, you're a little weird, aren't you?
And then Sean William Scott comes up to Alex and he's like, man, I'm scared. Everywhere I look, I'm scared. My whoppers, where'd my whoppers go? I think I'm going to die. And Alex is like, that's never going to happen. Wait, so I'm immortal too? What? What's with the never going to die shit?
You have to fight Carter with a sword and cut his head off.
Because there can only be one.
There can only be one.
I'm rooting for Sean William Scott.
Oh, yeah. I think the best part of this scene is when the teacher does, like, the thing you can never do. Like, you just don't have what it takes for the profession.
Yeah.
Because she comes up to her and she's like, don't you fucking talk to me. I fucking hate you. Like, wow, you just don't have what it takes to do this job. Because you can't do that.
Can't do that. That's the one thing you can't do. Nope. It's better to, like, teach lies to children than say, don't come near me.
And then Allie Larder's like, you know why I got off the plane? Because I wanted to touch your butt. And he's like, ew, cuties, I'm out of here.
Then I like when Poop Bro gets up and gives a speech to the people who are mourning the loss of their children. He's like, you know, funny thing about death is it can get you whenever, like now or like later, but like it gets you. So I hope I really made everybody feel better about things today.
Sure. This is also the point that I notice that he has an incredibly bulbous head and he's told his hairdresser to make it look larger.
Yeah, he makes it. Yeah, he's got the. You make it worse, do. So then Poop Bro, after his speech, he goes home to shit. Like, this is the second time. This guy's been in the movie for probably 10 minutes on screen, and 50% of it, he's on the toilet. So that's, you know.
Acting.
Yeah, I mean, like, is he like Tom Hanks with the pee-pee in every movie? That's his shtick. Brad Pitt eating. Tom Cruise is running. This guy poops.
Yeah.
The toilet starts leaking, and it's got like symbiote water, like venom.
Yes.
Like it moves on its own accord. It doesn't just run to the lowest spot in the room. It navigates its way to him, and he's like doing teens. It's like he just took a shit, and then he decides to start shaving without shaving cream.
Yep.
At night.
I also like that he's trying to like brush his teeth and shit too. So it's like there's shit in the air and he's brushing the shit onto his teeth. This is just gross.
Doesn't turn the fan on.
Nope. No spray.
This guy's he likes to wallow in his own brand.
Yeah, I think I'll hang out in here and shave. No cream.
Nothing like hanging out in a room full of my own musty shit smell.
Oh my God. And then John Denver comes in and saves him. swoops in on a fucking utility belt. I'm John Denver, man, and saves him from the water via the dulcet tones of his whiny voice. He's like, hey, John Denver, and that like makes him sidestep the water, but the water can still come towards him wherever. And then the water does come towards him while he's like headed to the shower, I guess. Now he's going to take a hot, steamy shower in dump room. This guy's a fucking weirdo. But he doesn't get a chance because like the water gets him and he slips. And then his shower appears to be made out of garrote wire. Because he gets
what is this cord?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. I don't understand where this cord thing came from that wraps itself around his neck.
The shower is a hitman from France in the 80s.
I wrote down that he's hung by the shower cord. What is a shower cord?
It's not just a cord. It's garrote wire. It like cuts into his throat and like clinches. It gets tighter on its own accord. Because I guess death is holding it, whatever. But, like, he gets the cuts. It's not just a big rope that, cuts off his air supply. It's cutting his fucking head off. It makes no goddamn sense. That's not a thing we have in our showers.
Nope. I don't have one of those specifically so I don't get killed by it.
I go out of my way to not have a grout wire in my shower.
Yeah.
It's kind of important.
I do have 4 swords in there, though, so I could slip and fall.
Yeah. I've got the little pin cushions that the guys lay on, the Hindu guys. It seems necessary. Wakes me up.
I have a switch next to the fan that turns on the entire bathroom into an incinerator.
Yeah. Blenders. I've got blenders everywhere. Like
if I get soap in my eye, you never know what happens.
Okay, so he's dead. And then the water recedes back into the toilet.
Because the death doesn't want to get caught here?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Oh.
I'm so sneaky. They'll never know. It was me. Death. Yeah, he's dead. They do know.
I also like that they had to color the water with food coloring to make it more noticeable.
Yeah, no shit. It's blue.
It's blue.
It's like the blue that you clean your toilet with. But that's not what would leak out. It's dumb.
Well, if it was coming from the main bowl and you had one of those drop it in things, it could be blue.
No, the only way that could happen is if the toilet's cracked and it's not leaking from the toilet bowl. It's leaking from the pipes that the poo goes down, Jackie.
So what you're saying is that death hangs out in shitholes?
Yeah. Yes, death has to hang out in shitholes.
Sure.
I mean, otherwise, dysentery is not a thing, is it, Jackie?
Yeah.
Pooping in the water and then drinking it. Yeah. Not good.
Meanwhile,
in the water.
At a separate site, Alex has decided to solve all aviation disasters. But then gets distracted and decides to... I'm like, well, he's going to... this is too hard to solve. I'm just going to beat off instead.
Yeah, right.
But he doesn't. He just sort of looks at a Penthouse confused.
He is the one person that reads the articles in Penthouse. He actually is reading it for
No, it shows him looking at a naked lady. He just doesn't know what to do about it. And I'm only mentioning this because of what happens in the next scene.
Right.
He's clearly asexual.
True. So he gets tipped off via his Penthouse magazine getting blown up in the fan, not how fans work, and Todd landing on his lap.
It doesn't. An owl
Todd
comes and he's like, fuck you, owl. And he throws
the
newspaper at the fan and it cuts off Todd or whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
So the reason that scene exists with the owl is because if an owl lands on your windowsill and looks at you, you're going to die.
Who said that?
It's an Indian tradition.
An Indian tradition. I think you don't know the meaning of the word tradition, but B,
it's a story.
Legend.
Maybe
omen.
Maybe the owl just brought him a note that said, "We, Todd, did." And then it got cut up and only the Todd came out.
Nope. That's twice now.
But
That's
Alex
twice.
might be the Sofa King.
3 times. 3 times, Sam. 3 strikes, you're out. They will put you in jail for life. Stop it. That's a bad one. I want my money back. I'm gonna Karen out on this podcast at you. All right. So he gets Todd. So he runs to Todd's house. Why is Todd spelled with only one D? Does anybody spell Todd T-O-D?
Somebody has to.
Anyway, so he goes over
The
to Todd's
owl
house.
did.
Yeah, an owl did. And the ambulance is there, and he's like, oh no. And Dad's, the body comes out, and Mom's all crying, and Dad walks around. He's like, ugh, you're not supposed to be here. And he's like, no, seriously, bro. Hey, come back and talk to me about it. I didn't kill Todd. It wasn't me. I'm cool. It's like, dude, his son just died. He's grieving. Could you tone it down about, oh, it's fucking about me. Your best friend just died. The guy has no fucking remorse or not remorse because he didn't do anything, but no grief, no empathy for anybody around him. He's like, I didn't do it.
He's just stalking.
Okay. You're now making me think you did because you actually have no emotional attachment to the death of your best friend. That is the mark of a psychopath, Alex. Not helping the cause. We know you didn't do it, but they don't.
They don't.
Claire's there, and she's like, you gotta get out of here. Come to my place
You need to
later.
learn how to stalk better like me.
Yeah.
I'm not getting caught doing it.
I'm behind a tree. They can't see me. She's got a fucking Groucho Marx glasses and nose on.
Yep.
See? This is how you do it. So he goes over to Claire.
Dressed as a bush.
She's welding up crap. I mean, it's bad. She makes sculptures. They're not good. I respect welding quite a bit, but
so this is great.
This is bad stuff.
Because this is where he's also asexual, because she's got this doofus thing on a spring, and she's like, this is you. And he's like, what the fuck is it? And she's like, it's a total piece of shit, but I think you're cute. Bang me. And he's like, no.
She says,
no.
She says,
no.
And I quote, that she felt his vision. That's why she got off the plane, is because she felt his vision. She didn't see it, but she felt his vision. And then she says, it's because I felt you inside me. Girl wants to have party time.
She wants to bang him. She made a sculpture of him that is terrible.
She says,
terrible, but it's still.
I felt you inside me.
Uh-huh.
I still feel you inside me. Gulp. He's like, cool. See ya.
Yeah.
Neat sculpture.
Maybe you should barf. I'll get out of there then. I don't know. Do you have any Pepto? I'm going to go. Bye.
Oh my God. Look, I was never on the Ali Lauder train. I thought she's a bad actress. She's not good. And whatever. But the movie is telling us that she's mega hot, right? And
she's hotter than him.
It's also telling us that she super wants to bang him, and Alex is derped about it. Derped. So derped.
He's not bad, oh, I'm shy. He's more than oblivious to it.
I mean,
he's immune from it.
Maybe he is a psychopath. Maybe he cannot make any emotional connection with anybody in the world, even somebody who wants to just rub on his wiener.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's like, we should go see Todd. And she's like, he's dead. And he's like, that doesn't matter. Let's go. So they break
she
into
says
the morgue.
that.
Okay,
because she's the one that knows how to break in, not him.
Yeah.
He sucks at everything, and she's got street skills.
Hey, let's go see Todd.
She breaks in for other reasons.
Yeah, she just wanted to bang in there.
Yeah, she no commitment on corpses, right? She was gonna go there anyway. Notice how quick they got there. She already had her break-in bag ready.
Wait, what? Are you implying what I think you're implying?
Yeah, she goes there to have sex with the dead bodies.
That's a lot, Jackie. That's a real stretch from, hey, person who is also my age of consent and my same social class and maybe popularity level in high school, which is important to fucking for some reason. Let's fuck. To, it's funny that you turned me down because I have sex with dead people.
Well, they did get there pretty fast, and she knew how to break in.
She could have sex with dead people, not take baths, and just rub ham on her face, and she's still 1.5 miles outside of his league.
Yep, I'm with Sam. Doesn't matter. He should just take advantage.
I'll watch. I like that they want to go see Todd at the morgue, and they do.
Yes.
Tony Todd.
Tony Todd is there. I am not sure why.
He's bees.
No, he's exposition.
Yeah, he's exposition. I think, since we're not doing the spoilers thing, like, who cares? I think Tony Todd is death later in the franchise.
Yeah.
Which doesn't make sense if he's death here because he expositions how to cheat death. Or maybe he's a witch doctor or something like that. He's
supposed to be... He has a name later. William Bloodworth, proprietor of Bloodworth Funeral Homes.
Okay.
Yeah,
but that might not happen until later in the series.
Yeah, so he plays cards with death.
Yeah, but I think he's an allegory or a metaphor. Simile? I'm not sure what he is. He's shitty.
It doesn't work. Whatever they're trying to do here doesn't work.
Yeah, except for Tony Todd. I like that Tony Todd's doing Tony Todd shit because it's way over the fucking top. It's great.
I would like it if he became bees and stung them to death better.
Yeah, I would enjoy that too. He tells them the plot of the movie, and then he says, "See you soon." No, bye. Because I guess he's gonna see we're like half your age, bro. Like, odds are we're outliving you. Yeah, I don't think so. Everybody comes in here, they leave. I was gonna say, like, they leave their head at the door, but that doesn't really work in this scenario. I got no death jokes. I'm Tony Todd. Goodbye.
Yep. Anybody got a sandwich?
I got it. Oh yeah, right. I got to eat in here
because he's a funeral home guy. They don't apparently eat. If he was a morgue guy, he would be eating a sandwich, listening to Rush.
Yeah. So they go have coffee. That was weird.
And Nine Inch Nails does the movie song.
Oh yeah.
Final Destination, the 9 Inch Nails song.
Yeah, right.
Everybody thought that they were completely bulletproof. This disproves that.
Yeah. All right. So Carter, he sees them as he's cruising by and he's like, ugh, I don't like them having coffee. So he flips a bitch, almost runs over Sean William Scott. He's there at this particular part in town too. Oh wait, the fucking teacher's there at this particular part. Everybody that survived the plane crash except for Todd, who got garroted by his shower, is here right now. That's pretty coincidental. Makes no sense and never like pans out. It's just the movie putting them all together so they can have some sort of exposition and then watch as Carter's girlfriend gets hit by a bus that is going 132 miles an hour through town.
I actually didn't see this coming, and I didn't remember it from when I watched it the first time.
Neither did she.
When she got hit, I was like, whoa, holy shit, there it is.
Because
it's pretty... It's funny because she's like, all right, I've had it. You're a douche. I don't know if you're a douche or not, but fuck you. I'm going to live my life. Thump.
Yep. She's like, I hope you drop dead.
It's not.
Then she gets hit by a bus.
It's not run over. It's, I hope that you guys fucking suck dicks. Bam! Like, the bus is going 238 miles an hour through town. It cannot go this fast. Like, it's off screen before, like, within half a frame. It is hauling fucking ass.
Yes.
Oh, shit, we got to keep this thing above 55 or we'll all blow up. Sorry, teenager.
Uh-huh. We're all gonna die like she just did.
Oh, man. Ah, damn it. The airport. I've already seen the airport. Let's see here. The gang's all there. Okay, she wanders the street, dies. Alex, here's news about the plane explosion path on the TV. The chain reaction, they have it actually mapped out on the TV. So he gets his seating chart and some trace paper and traces it out, and he realizes he's got the pattern. He knows who's next in the death plan.
Something like that, yeah.
It's a surprise. Oh, no, wait. The teacher. Oh, shit, it's the teacher.
She's next.
So she's at home making...
This is after
spaghetti or something.
Claire tries to call him 600 times and he won't answer because he's stupid.
Right. Yeah.
His dad's even like, Claire seems worried about you and she also seems really hot. I'm not even worried if you're gay anymore. I'm worried if you're dead.
Yeah.
A gay man would have sex with her if he looked like you. Come on now.
Like, I think have you ever heard an animal, son, at all? Like, for fun? Any of that happening with you? Should I call somebody? So teacher's making dinner and she hears a noise, and so she looks out the window, and Alex has learned nothing about stalking. He's just
not
wandering he's just wandering around the front yard, and she's like, oh my shit.
Mouth breathing.
Are you dead?
She's like, that fucking kid creeps me out, whatever. And then what follows is by far the best sequence in the movie.
It's insane.
But also a human doing things that humans don't do to maximum effect.
Oh,
she starts out by walking over, going in the closet and pulling out just a record that has no packaging that's in her laundry or something. And she goes, my mom's favorite. And then she puts it on and it's John Denver. You're like, okay, this is dumb. What the fuck are you talking about?
They're establishing a pattern. John Denver, the first mom, the main character's mom, tries to kill him by ripping off the thing. And now she's like, death's coming for you next, mom.
It's John Denver, but why does she this is her human behavior, is reaching in to her laundry, pulling out a record and going, my mom's favorite.
Not to mention she's doing this immediately after being scared for her life so much that she calls the FBI to have a potential intruder taken away. The FBI doesn't come in and say, ma'am, are you safe? Or are you, you're good. We've got him. You don't need to worry anymore tonight. We can put you someplace. None of that happens. Intruder, FBI, skid stop, puts him in the car, drives away. There could be more intruders, but she's like, John Denver.
Yeah. Then she goes to make herself some tea, and she puts on the teapot, and she scrubs it off, and then Sauron's in there, and she's like, whatevs. And finally she gets done making her tea, and she pours the water in, or gets the water hot enough to make the tea, pours it in there, looks at the cup and goes, fuck tea, and throws it on the ground. And then she's like, that's not strong enough for me right now. My mom's favorite's playing, so she grabs some vodka out of the freezer because she drinks the cheap shit. She doesn't want to taste one bit of it. Yep. And she dumps that in there, which apparently breaks the coffee cup because that's not how coffee cups work. Fills it all the way up to the top with vodka and then starts just spraying vodka all over her house.
She sets the fucking cracked mug. She knows it's cracked.
She says, all over her. She's
mug
slipping in it.
Is cracked. It's not like, the viewing audience knows it's cracked because Death played a funny trick on her. She looks at it and goes, this mug is cracked. And then she sets it on top of her computer monitor.
that's not on.
That's not on.
But it blows up anyway and stabs her in the neck.
Oh, and then she's just like running all over the house with her carotid artery.
She like trips over shit. And then she's laying on the ground bleeding out. And she's like, well, if I could reach that dish towel, the rest of my life will be somehow better. But it's just on top of her knives. So she grabs it and she pulls on it. Finally, with all of her might, she gets up and then pulls all the cutlery down onto herself and gets stabbed in the chest by the big chef knife. And she's like, oh, this is worse. Oh, no.
Also, her house is on fire.
Oh, yeah. Because vodka that's not flammable is now burning her house down from the computer. So it's on fire. She's been stabbed in the chest, and somehow Alex gets in there.
I'm not
sure. And he's like,
hold on. I'm not sure when it came out, but this reeks of Scary Movie. Like, this whole sequence seems like the fucking Wayans are involved while writing it, because it's not, it's hilarious.
Yes.
It's fucking comedy. It's fucking Benny Hill.
Hilarious to the point. Then Alex shows up and he's like, oh no. He's like, I'll help you. And he grabs something and a chair falls on her and it stabs her worse and she dies.
Oven,
and
the oven explodes so hard that it blows the chair onto her.
Yeah,
knife.
That's right. That aids in stabbing her more, which eventually kills her now. And then he just looks at it and is like, oh no.
Pulls it out of her. He pulls the knife out of her because he's an idiot.
Because he's an idiot, and he's like, this is a knife, and he stares at it like, you've now got your prints on the murder weapon, which won't matter, because the whole fucking house blows up.
The whole fucking house blows up. But Sean William Scott
and he would have gotten away with it had Sean William Scott not been outside.
Right. Hey, man.
You know, and then tattled on him because he's a tattletale.
Well, yeah. Okay, man, that teacher died in a horrible, like, her carotid artery. She's blood spraying all her house got blown up. Then she got blown up. She's on fire. And a knife got shoved in her chest. And I saw Alex leaving her house, and he's already suspicious for murder by the FBI. I don't think I'm going to say anything because I don't want to be a tattletale, Jackie. Yes, well, he should fucking say something.
It's not like he actually is intending to. He really just sort of like rides up and is like, hi.
Hey, you see my whoppers?
Hey, does that house just blow up? What?
I was coming over here to watch a hockey game I was hoping with the teacher. Okay. So the rest of them, they all meet up, the survivors, and they drive to the state park to meet Alex. And then their plan is to take him to a cabin in the woods. Claire's cabin in the woods, even though Sean William Scott just told the FBI that he did all that.
I have a cabin in the woods without power. It's full of rusty knives.
Let's go.
You'll be safe there. Because you won't bang me. I've tried that like 8 times now.
It's ridiculous how much you will not bang me. I give up. But Carter, he's like, you know what? If death is has a pattern and I'm next, well, I'm just going to kill us all. Because I don't fucking care. So he starts driving all crazy and fast. And they're like, oh, stop. And then he stops on the train track.
Because, like, they also had to drive across town for no reason. They all lived, like, right next to each other until this fucking moment.
Until this
where they have to fucking drive all the way through New York all of a sudden.
Yeah, right. Cabin's out in the woods. You mean upstate? Like, that's a long ways away. Also, we had to drive to the beach to pick up Alex. And now we're driving back through.
Spoiler alert, later he's going to run out of the cabin, cross a pond, and then her house is, like, right there.
And then her house is, like, right there. Yep. Okay. So Carter, so he stops on the train tracks, and the train's coming. And they're like, oh, my God. And the 3 of them bail. But then Carter just stays there, and he's like, no, Wait, hold on. No, I don't want to die. So he tries starting his car, but Death is like, haha, got other plans, buddy. I disconnected your solenoid and you can't start it neither. Also, your car has electric door locks now, and I control them.
Power locks on an SS.
Yeah, and your Nova from like 71 Nova. And your car won't start, and your seatbelt's stuck. And so Alex is like, I know it will break because I had a vision that a seatbelt broke, and so I'm doing it again. So he pulls him out just as the train hits them both, and they die because they didn't make it.
No, they didn't.
No,
Not from how this is shot. They got hit.
No, they didn't make it, but they somehow make it. And then Sean William Scott's like, well, that's not fair. He was next. And his head gets cut off by the DOT tag of the fucking car. And it lands on the ground and he's like, but he was ahead on the list.
No. It sucks.
It should have done that.
I don't know if it's as bad as the other one, so I'm gonna give you another chance, Sam. Four strikes and you're out, but that one was pretty bad.
I thought the last one was okay. I got it. I smirked.
Well, he was getting pretty old, so
yeah.
Carter's pissed himself, and that doesn't get brought up in the movie. Like, oh man, I pissed myself or something. There's just a shot of him, and he's got piss pants, and nobody mentions it. So I think the scene got cut. Fine, but you left the piss pants in. You can't have just piss pants and not say I pissed my pants. I'm sorry, I'm a dick, guys.
Driving around all crazy. He's like, I don't care about anything anymore. Let fate decide. Also, I just pissed my pants right now. It's so freeing. Nobody's my boss. I just peed in my own pants. It's warm and nice.
It was a nihilism piss. Nihilism. Oh, God. Damn it. When did you piss yourself exactly? Was it the train? No. It was a while ago. Okay. So Death skipped Carter, killed Billy, and now Alex is next. So Alex and Claire, they run to the cabin, and Alex baby proofs it. And he's taking all the precautions to not let Death kill him with a bowling ball to the head or whatever fucking Macaulay Culkin shit it's got in store for him. And what?
It's still like a dangerous cabin.
Yeah.
Some bullshit happens that almost kills him, kind of. Just like some shit falls down. And then he reaches down and picks up a rusty fish hook and is like, at this point, he thinks he can talk to Death.
Yeah.
He's like, rusty, nice, tetanus, that would have got me. Like, you haven't had your tetanus shot, and 2, tetanus is going to take a fucking while. This movie does not have long enough to kill you with tetanus.
No, it does not. Maybe he's an anti-vaxxer. I don't know. So he's probably going to die from something else anyways. And that's the dumb thing. It's like, if Death has a fucking pattern and it can control fucking water and all this other bullshit and lock your fucking car doors, it can pinch your fucking, the fucking nerve at the base of your brain, whatever that's called, that is your kill you nerve, right? It just pinches it and you're dead from it.
Your medulla oblongata?
Yeah.
No, that's in the front of your brain.
It
controls your anger.
Yeah. It's at the fuck you, Colonel Sanders. Medulla oblongata. No, the one chick is the assassin in Rising Stars, the J. Michael Straczynski thing that was so fantastic, and that's what she does. She's like, I am Jean Grey basically, and I'm the best assassin because pinch, you're dead, no trace, nothing. Death could fucking do that.
Brainstem.
Yeah, it's part of your brain. God, whatever. Either way, it shuts off your fucking oxygen supply and you die immediately. My point is, Death is bad at its job if he's like, tetanus. Oh, he figured out the tetanus. Well, now I guess I got no... Dang it, this guy's good. It's dumb. It's fucking dumb. Come on, man.
Yeah, it would have been funnier if he was like, rusty fishhook. Thought you were going to get me with tetanus, and then a surfboard flies in and cuts his head off. And Death goes, I got you looking at tetanus. Stupid.
That would have been funnier.
Hang 10. That guy dropped on in and got dead. And pitted.
Deaded.
Pitted to death. Okay, so he is like, oh shit, I just realized something. I didn't change seats. So I was actually not sitting where I was sitting according to my earlier map thing. It's not me that dies next. It's Claire. Shit, I gotta get out of here. Death isn't even actually trying to kill me. So he gets out of there. The cops are like coming up to get him because I guess she said, oh yeah, he's at the cabin. He won't bag me.
Yeah,
so.
she totally tattled on him, and I'm not even sure why.
I'm not really sure why either.
Like,
either
they
way,
couldn't save him.
The FBI shows up and he escapes in a canoe.
He escapes in a canoe from the feds.
Because no one ever escapes in a canoe. And they're like, oh, he's got a canoe. We'll never catch him.
You know, if
they
only
just let him go. Because he's canoeing 3 miles an hour away from them.
If only Randy Weaver had a canoe.
Oh.
Too soon? Too soon? Come on, man. Is Randy Weaver still alive? Probably not, huh?
I don't know.
Probably not. It was a long time ago. Okay, so...
no, he's dead.
Okay, there we go. Thank you. So he then shows up at Claire's house, and it's the second stupidest thing. It's not quite as funny as the teacher, but it's really fucking dumb. The lengths Death is going to try to kill this teenage girl.
Like, I have one question for Claire. Why'd you leave your fucking dog outside?
Why'd you leave your
It was
dog?
stormy before, you stupid asshole.
Yeah.
You should die for chaining your dog up in a lightning storm.
Right. So she goes out to save the dog, and the electrical storm has split the telephone pole or something, but there's an electrical wire spraying all over the place. Sparks are fucking
And then
flying.
her TV antenna has been tornadoed, but it's like a tornado of will that just bounces it around her, so it's always trying to stab her.
You ignorant bastard. That's not a TV antenna. That's a clothes hanger.
Okay, whatever.
That would be like the biggest TV antenna. You could fucking get WGN for free, bud.
That's what she does. That's how she rolls. That guy's never going to bang me, so I'm going to weld myself the greatest TV antenna ever. Want to watch Boston TV? Check this shit out.
Fucking Second City all day, baby. Okay. Yeah, so electrical shenanigans are happening at her house. Alex has a tree fall on him, and he drowns from it. But then he escapes the tree's grasp by rolling over. It's so... okay. So he gets out, and he finds Claire trapped in a car that is... it's electrocuted, it's on fire, and it's about to explode.
Yes. And he's like, stay in there. You're grounded by the tires. And she says, no, I'm not grounded because of the tires, stupid.
Yeah, right, dum-dum. Also, the car about to explode is his fault?
Yeah, mostly.
Because he comes in with... I can't remember the sequence because it's all so fast, but I think he comes in with like an axe to like... Or the shovel to fucking fight off the electrical wire that's all over the place. And the electrical wire's like, nah, bitch. And knocks the shovel out of his hands, hitting one of her fucking acetylene torch bottles that she got at the gas station or at the gas store. And that launches itself under her car. So if he hadn't fucking shown up, she wouldn't be about to explode. That's on you, bud, not Death. Dum-dum. And so he grabs the wire. He's like, "Oh, I never banged you," and grabs the wire. And she's like, "Ah!" So she gets out because he's getting all electrocuted. But he doesn't get all electrocuted. He gets blown to safety.
He gets blown to safety after telling her that he'll always be with her. And she's like, "That sucks because you'll never bang me."
You aren't, though, guy. You never have been.
She started calling him babe and baby halfway
Right.
through, and he just doesn't respond to it.
Nothing. There's no soul inside this person. I worry. Okay. So 6 months later, oh, the three of them are in Paris. Hey, who would have thought that we'd go to Paris together? Huh? Right? Why are we going to Paris together?
Why would you do that?
Because we can, and we're young and free, I guess. So they're having some beers, because they can do that in France. While a street musician in France plays Rocky Mountain High, because the French fucking love country music. I don't know if you guys knew that.
Did not know.
Big. Yeah, I didn't either, because it's not a fucking thing. They've never heard of goddamn John fucking Denver in fucking France. They don't fucking listen to John goddamn. There's not street fucking musicians like, "Hey, instead of Freebird, could you play John Denver?" What? What did you say to me? I do not know this Jean Denver. He sounds like he is full of merd. And then another fucking crazy chain reaction kills Carter by a sign.
I feel like the sign lands on Alex too. They're all dead because the movie stops. Right? One of the other things that this thing does is it sort of breaks a little bit of convention because it implies that there can't be a lone survivor.
Right.
Because death is the adversary and no one can get away with it or from it or whatever.
Right.
So I think that it cuts to black just so that they can be ambiguous, but they really wanted to just kill them all.
But
However,
why?
as I've read, apparently Ali Larter shows up in 2 more movies as
Yeah,
the
she's
same
definitely
character, so.
yeah, she's definitely back. But yeah, that doesn't
So
make
Alex
sense.
is dead though, too.
Well, they got to have a new love interest. I mean, she can't just be seeing that one guy. Nobody does that.
I don't know if
That is
that's where they
unresponsive
go.
to her advances.
That would work though, Jackie. That is a because like that works if the protagonist is male. That's very obviously very common. Like, oh well, we got to kill off his wife. Put her head in the freezer so he can be single again. Yeah, baby. But if she was to just like roll through guys and none of them or they're all too stupid, but that would have been fun. But I don't think that's the direction that they went. I think she ends up in like an insane asylum or something. That fucking old trope. Oh, the only person that knows what's happening is this person that's in an insane asylum. Yeah, pretty original. Nice hook. Okay, questions? Jackie.
So, what do you guys think? What was the very best death of the movie?
Teacher. Totally.
Teacher, yeah.
Yeah.
I laughed so hard when the chair fell on the knife. I just thought it was so amazing.
I was laughing my fucking ass off, and not because like it's shot comedically.
Yes.
It's Benny Hill. I don't think it's horror. I think that they were like, this is so dumb. And they got loose with it and set it up like that's what people fucking talk about as a teacher death. That's where your influence comes from, Sam. Teacher death. If this had just been straight laced, if they hadn't fucking gotten wild to that season, Final Destination 1 probably just would have been the end of it. But they got fucking loose with that scene, and ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. Question, Sam.
I think I asked all of them during.
I mean, the main
thing.
one is, does Alex make it? But I think
He
you're
doesn't,
right.
right?
There's no way that this sign, like, Carter's
Hits
body
only
stops.
Carter
Yeah,
when it's
right.
headed for both of them.
Yeah. I think Alex is dead. So does that like break any logic, or does that break any rules by its own rules?
Is Alex's death what frees her from death and allows her to become part of the next several movies that she's in or whatever?
So with that logic, because let's break down the list. It goes Carter, Billy, Claire, Alex. Billy's dead, so it goes, if Death's trying again, Carter, Claire, Alex. But Claire doesn't get killed by the sign. Claire gets skipped, which doesn't mean that they cheated Death. It means Death's just fucked up and killed the other guy too early. Oops.
I guess.
Oh, I got them both. Oh. Shit. Supposed to get the girl. Fuck. I'm bad at this. I am bad at killing people. And I'm the only person who's ever killed people, or whatever I am. The only person who's ever killed anybody in the history of everything is me. And I'm bad at it. I should fucking get fired. I'm not...
Get down with your bad selves.
Do I have to, like, report this to anybody? Or, like... I'll just keep it quiet that I suck at my job. Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, worst version of Death ever, for sure. I would like to see Death make an appearance in one of these, like Grim Reaper shit. I think that'd be dumb, but I, see where you go with it. I'm willing to give it a try.
I mean, once you're like, because they probably jumped the shark in like 4 or whatever.
Oh yeah,
right?
Totally right.
So at this point, if you're going to keep making him, you may as well just make Tony Todd Death before he dies, and just get rid of that little ambiguity.
Have like a sword fight with him and stuff. Chess match.
Maybe.
Butch and Sundance, the early years.
Well, he should have just challenged Death to a hot dog eating contest.
Yeah. You don't think Death could take down a couple weenies? Because I know Claire's.
He's a real hose hound, Death.
Yeah. There it is, circling back. And on that note, I think we should wrap this one up. Final recommendations. I will start. Yeah, I like all these movies. They're fucking dumb as shit. And this one's probably the worst out of all of them. It's like the most teenagery make out in the theater. One of them. But it lays the foundation. It's dumb enough that there's some fun stuff here and there. But the whole movie's just dumb, period. And so yeah, I think give it a rewatch. You might have missed something the first 30 times you saw it on cable. I think I've only seen this movie on cable because I do not remember Alex getting cooked in the airplane. The rest of it's fairly bloodless. Like the teacher squirting blood out of her neck, that probably had to get cut down for TV, but the rest of it's pretty mild as far as the gore. But I don't remember him getting burned up to a crispy on the airplane. So I think this is the first time I've ever seen the R-rated version, which is weird. So there you go. Sam.
I fucking hate this movie. So I have 3 movies when I was like 22 to 25, early 20s say that I hated more than anything because I thought like it represented the decline of Western civilization, that people enjoyed them. Mm-hmm. Armageddon.
Yeah.
This and Vertical Limit. That they're so fucking stupid and people liked them that I was like, we're all going to die if people think that this is good. Humankind is done for.
Mm-hmm.
I still think Armageddon sucks.
Mm-hmm.
I actually kind of like Vertical Limit now because it's so fucking stupid.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When I saw this, I was baked out of my gourd because I was in college and there's a time and place for everything.
Yeah, sure.
And I still hated it. And I hated it more when I watched it now because I was just like watching it. I fucking hate this movie. The chair thing, the teacher dying was pretty fun. I just hate it so bad. I can't even really put it into words how bad I hate this movie.
Oh man, that's an unfortunate.
But if you haven't seen it, you may as well.
You might hate it too.
It's so stupid. And it's not like super fun though. There's a lot of dry spells. It takes a really long time to get through that fucking airport sequence at the beginning.
Yeah, it's draggy as shit. Yeah. So much foreshadowing. Jackie.
I'm going to give it a do. The only thing that I felt like it was missing was I kind of wish that the memorial statue would have killed one of the survivors.
Oh, yeah, right.
And that, like, the janitor would have found him on Monday. He'd been like, oh, shit.
Whoops.
Now we're going to have to take the plaque down and
Starts
get
mopping,
this guy on there, too.
mopping the dead body up.
Yeah. But, you know, hey, other than that, I like these movies. I find them entertaining. Sorry, Sam, the world is in a hell from a handbasket.
Those are words.
Yeah, I'm entertained by them for probably all the wrong reasons. I loved it when that girl got hit by a bus. I didn't see it coming. I love the teacher death. And I hated most of the characters. So yeah, I was rooting for them to be picked off one by one, each one of those fucking mouth breathers, because everybody knows I hate mouth breathers. And by the end of it, I was like, all right, they're all dead.
There's so much mouth breathing in this movie. So much.
Yeah.
It's insane. These poor flies. Next week on the show is our year in review that we are actually a month late on because of our crazy life schedules. So get your 10 best bad movies that you saw together in our 10th year of podcasting. Also, your favorite 3 movies from the year 2025, which is going to be tough because I think we all saw 2 and I didn't like either one of them. So that's going to be tricky. This year, though, when we do year in review next year, fuck, man, there's going to be some good shit. This summer is fucking stacked. So I'm so fucking pumped about Superman. I can't even I'm about to pee my pants. I'm so pumped about Superman. So,
hey, did you want to talk about your experience with Minecraft?
No, I never want to talk about Minecraft the movie again, ever. I'm blocking that entire experience from my life completely. Have a great week, guys. 2 weeks, and get to the chocolate.